Hello. Hello. It is your girl Kayla G here with you for Big Sister Zash. I literally don't know how to start these ever. They always sound kind of weird and like talk showy coming out of my mouth. But one of these days it's gonna roll off the fucking tongue. It's just gonna and it's gonna sound fire. So when that day comes, my three followers, you'll be like, remember those days when she couldn't even get the intro out of her mouth? And you're gonna have special insight. So like I'm really like you're honored. You're welcome. Before we get into it, I just have some life updates, y'all. I just have some things that I want to talk about because they're how you say relevant. First and foremost, I am in love. And I say this all the time now, but I have the best boyfriend. He's the best. We kiss. And this best boyfriend of mine planned us a trip to New Mexico, not New Mexico, to Mexico, Mexico City. And we had the best time ever. He planned everything. I literally didn't have to do a single thing. I just held onto his arm like a freaking girl. And that's the way it should be, ladies. Because women are their most in their feminine when they don't have to make decisions, when they can just let the man lead in every single fucking possible way, which he did. He's the best. However, your girl messed up. Your girl messed the fuck up because we avoided ice. We didn't drink the water. We were good about that. But on the very last day, in the morning, we were like, let's like cuddle up, get some room service, have such a nice morning. Which we did. And, we got the staples, huevos rancheros, chilaquiles, and a pot of coffee. Pot of coffee, remember that for later. This is what you call in the literary world foreshadowing. So I drink the coffee, the entire pot. He doesn't drink coffee. So that pot was for me, girl. And I done did it. I drank that shit. Okay. We have an amazing flight home. We get home with no hitches. We have a wonderful night back. We sleep together. I wake up, I go to work. Everything's honky-dory. And then literally I wake up from his house after our flight. I drive home. I get a coffee and I'm drinking my coffee and I'm like, all good. And then maybe an hour into being home, I start shitting my pants. Like shitting my pants. Shitting my pants. I literally shit my pants. I literally shit my pants, y'all. And I was like, that's weird. Like, I haven't shit my pants since I was an infant. But, whatever. Like, I was just like, you know what? We went to Mexico. Like, we ate a lot of different foods, blah, blah, blah. Just upset tummy. Didn't think twice. And then an hour later, I'm running to the toilet and I'm shitting my pants again. I'm literally like, I don't even think anything of this because like sometimes your girl just has like IBS. And I was like, we traveled a lot, whatever. I'm like making up a bunch of excuses and literally not even thinking twice about all these shits. And then the rest of the day goes by and I'm just shitting. And I'm like, something's up here. And then all night, every hour on the hour, I'm in the toilet. Girl didn't sleep for a fucking lick. Didn't lick, sleep. Lick, sleep, no, didn't happen. Not me. Sleep, nope. That first night, worst night of my life. I felt like I had the flu. I was like in bed, but also sweating, but like cold. And my body hurt and no sleep, just shit. I digress. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, boss, hey boss lady, shitting, can't come to work. And she's like, understood, work from home. God bless. Literally, God bless work from home because I would have had to take off this entire week. On that note, I was shitting for an entire week. An entire week. She is skinny. Waist wear. But holy fuck, guys. I really couldn't eat. Like, I drank ginger ale. I ate a few slices of bread, a little bit of rice. But I literally, like, was not hungry. And every time I ate or drank, just Sorry, this is so fucking gross. I should have put a trigger warning at the front of this. But I just need to share it because holy fuck, this has been like I have a new appreciation for life because I haven't been outside in 5 days and today was the first day I went outside and I love outside. Let me just tell you, shout out outside. Literally shit for 4 or 5 days. Still worked, still slayed work, obviously. Because your girl one thing she's gonna do is crush her job. But was so unwell. Was so fucking unwell. So there might be parts of this where I'm running. Cause I'm still it's better, but it's not we're not 100%. We're at like 65%. We are on the up and up. It's been rough as fuck. But in the end, it's all my fault because I shouldn't have drank that coffee. My boyfriend had a little bit of an upset tummy. I think his is just from the last night. We also got mocktails somewhere, and we were like, a little bit of ice won't kill us. And we had ice like maybe 2 or 3 times. And I think the 2 or 3 times is what did his stomach in, but he was nowhere near as bad as me. Like I was, and he was like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I just thought I should share the life experience that I've gained in this last week, which is I love outside. I'm very thankful for my health. Getting sick is always eye opening. And like, I had all these things that I thought I had to do this week. And like, guess what, bitch? No, I didn't. I didn't have to do a single one of them because I was shitting. Couldn't do them. And it just like makes you realize, like, wow, really crazy the way that shit shifts into perspective once you're shitting. Wow, full circle. Just kidding. But today, wow, my stomach hurts. And I've been in an adult diaper for like 4 days because I'm not even kidding you. I shit myself. I hope my boyfriend doesn't listen to this episode, but I shit myself like 4 times. I am an adult. So I was wearing my period undies as like a protective layer. Yeah, that's so violent and graphic, and I'm so sorry, world. But you guys needed to know. This is the hard hitting facts here on Big Sister Sesh. So believe them when they say, don't drink the fucking water. Be careful. It's in the coffee. Only drink espresso because I'm pretty sure like actual coffee shops, like real cafes, use filtered water. But like a regular pot of coffee, not doing it. And I have to go shit. So BRB. Okay, we're back. God, this is so miserable. At least I don't feel bad anymore, but God, I am shitting. So, today, my lovely ladies and my lovely gentlemen, and probably only ladies that listen to this podcast, where is my episode? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Today, we're going to be talking about like me trying to get serious after talking about shit for fucking 15 minutes. Today we're going to be talking about like what I have written here is what might I have I become if I had been braver. And that was something that I read a long time ago. That was a question that like I might have seen on a TikTok or like read in a book somewhere that like just hit real hard at that time. And I was like, "Ooh, fire." And yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about. Hey, that's the intro. What else do you want from me? I wanted to talk about this today because I think it's a bit of like a self talk. A lot of these topics tend to be that. It's either something that I'm going through that I'm just literally like therapizing myself with you guys about, or it's like something I've been through that I feel like so obligated to speak on and like share my experience. But particularly today, I feel like I've just kind of gotten comfortable. And I think the opposite of bravery is probably comfort and like living comfortably. Maybe not, but it's probably weakness or like cowardice. But I think part of living a cowardly life is living a super comfortable life. So that's my rationale, babe, in case you needed it. And I, for a long time, not a long time, but there was like a couple years there where I was really uncomfortable. Um, I'll start with like, I was in an abusive relationship for 3 years, and that was almost 3 years ago. That's crazy. And like, I was comfortably uncomfortable then. Like, it wasn't so bad that I was like, like making myself leave, but it wasn't good either. And that was like a cowardly way to live. It was not really out of necessity that I stayed with him, of just like being scared of like like the devil kind of thing. And when I finally was brave enough to leave and like had the fucking gall and the chutzpah, I thought it would only get better. And it didn't. Like for like it did, because hey, I'm not living with an abusive person, but there were all these new devils that I had to face. It was uncomfortable, like learning how to like not have him even though he sucked, but it was still like another person to depend on. um and I had to learn how to like be on my own and all of these things, but that difficulty made me grow and become this like amazingly new human and self-aware and more confident and like successful human being. All of this is to say, I literally, words are hard, is I that was like comfortable. Like, hear me out. That was like a comfortable situation where I was like, you know what? Like, I know this is not it. Like, even though this is a comfortable situation, I know there's more for me. I have to be brave and like face what's next. Because what else are you doing if you're just not looking for what's next and like looking to level up? Like, I truly think what's beautiful about this world and this life is like you can always become better. Like, there is no cap. There's literally no cap, bro. Like, you can always get a little bit better in some aspect of your life, more self-aware, more like healthier. You can get stronger, you can get like more spiritual, like anything. You can get richer. Like, it doesn't have to be whatever. You can get better. There's always something you can do to be better. More compassionate. It doesn't have to be like something greedy, is what I'm trying to say. But I went from that like level of comfortability to this whole new level of uncomfortability, of like moving to a city that I knew not literally no one. I knew this many people. I'm holding up a zero, bitches. Like, I knew this many people when I moved to Austin, Texas. I knew one person in the state of Texas who lived like 3 or 4 hours away. And that person, I was not really like, we were like friends, but we weren't like, we're really close now. Shout out Amy. But like back then, she was just like someone I worked with at the previous state that I lived in. Like, it wasn't, I knew zero people, is what I'm saying. I had zero support system. I made a community for myself here. I found an amazing career after several jobs. Like I went through a lot of grueling hard work to get to where I am today. Like, I made this beautiful apartment for myself. I healed so fucking much. Like, I took my mental and spiritual health very seriously for mostly the last year and a half. And like, I was meditating every Sunday. Every Sunday I would set aside 3 hours to meditate, do breath work, journal, and like pray. What I'm saying is that was all very uncomfortable. And now I've gotten to this, and I figured out love too. Like, I was like trying to figure out like blah, blah, blah. So I've reached this like new level of comfortable, which is I have a great job. I love my job. I love my manager. I have a wonderful boyfriend. I love him. He's great. I have an amazing community. My best friend in the whole world that I've known since my first night of college. So like, that's like 10, almost 7, that's 10 years of friendship. 17 to 27. Like, we've literally known each other for a decade. That's my fucking bitch. And then I made another best friend here, Eliza, who is another, like, I know that's a lifelong friend. And then okay, anyway, I'm not going to go off and just like name all my friends, but I made several wonderful, wonderful lifelong friendships. Also, Caitlin and Nikki. I just have to say it because like y'all are there too, and I don't even know if y'all listen, but hey, I know Caitlin does. She's a real one. Um, but I've made so many amazing, amazing friends. I've found love. I've found a sense of self. I've found like healing. I've found a job. I've found financial stability. Fucking finally, after years of like literally taking care of this piece of shit man and then like scrimping by here because it's expensive to live and I was like not making shit. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, if I haven't made it abundantly fucking clear, is that I've gotten comfortable. I've known deep down, like I've known especially around New Year's, because last New Year's was such a pivotal moment for me. Oh, and I've been a year sober, which is like accelerated all my goals, which I've already talked about. Last New Year's, I just had this very pivotal moment of like, this is fucking it. This is my year, bitch. And it was like, this was my fucking year. But this is also my year. Like, I don't want to have 1 year. I don't want 1 year of growth and then just coast. Like, I want to level up every single fucking year, bitch. I want to get better and better because there's always something. And what I'm finding is like, I've succeeded in like my short term, like the short term is good, but like long term, I still need to get better. Does that make sense? Like, I still need to keep going because long term, like, I don't want to still live like this. Like I would be perfectly fine and like life would be great, but like I still have more out of my life that I want. I still want to find myself more because I know there's still more to find. I want this to take off. Like I want this so bad, which is I could be doing better. And that's like what I've been reflecting on since New Year's is I didn't have like this like drive and momentum that I had last year when I was like, I'm getting sober, I'm getting a fucking job, I'm getting paid, I'm finding healing, and I'm finding love. And I literally, and community. And I did all those fucking things. I literally ate with that. I literally ate no crumbs. But I didn't have that sense of urgency this new year because I've fallen comfortable. I'm in a comfy little cozy blanket and I don't want to get out from under the covers. But the alarm clock's going, bitch. It is going. It's saying, go to school. Go to school. It is time to get up, get dressed, brush your teeth. I still don't feel that sense of urgency. I need to like find that. I need to like summon that again. And I felt that so much more when I was being spiritual. So yeah, this like level of comfortability that I've found, I just know that it's not good for me. Like I need to, it's good to and like let me preface this all by saying you should 100% take time to enjoy the life that you've built. Like coming from a place of lack is never good. And that's not where I'm coming from. And I think that's something that differentiates a lot. Like that's a key differentiator in what I'm talking about here. Like if you want more and more and more because you're coming from a place of lack of like, oh, like jealousy and greed, that is not what I'm talking about. This is just like, I'm so ecstatic about my life. I love my life. And I know there's just more. I know there's better, greater happiness that I've never felt yet that is out there and that I'm destined to feel. And I'm just excited for it and I need to go get it. So that's like one caveat. And now I'm all over the place as you see. You see, and now how you say, I don't remember the train of thought. Uncomfortable, now comfortable, and now I'm like looking for that little zest. And okay, and here we go. We're back on track, ladies. We're back. We're here. And the way I've been feeling is like the universe has slightly been nudging me. She's like, hey, girl, hey, don't forget this. Don't forget we did all this for you and now it's your destiny. It is your like purpose as a spiritual human to go deeper and get deeper and do more. And it's not again out of greed and lack. It's out of like the closer you can get to yourself, the closer you are to God. And like I truly believe that. Every time I've gotten closer to myself, I feel so I feel like the tendrils of the spirits like connecting to me. Like me and the universe are like this. And if you want to call me cuckoo crazy, you're totally valid. That's fine. But like this is how I feel, and this is my podcast. Shut the fuck up. And I think that like part of this is I'm not scared per se, but I'm just not being brave because I have created like this comfy, cozy little cocoon. And if I, go to pursue more, there's a chance that I am 100% going to get uncomfortable and like, I have like all this like leisure time and I get to, blah, 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 blah. And I need to take some of that time and like, and put in work. And I think part of me is avoiding that. But I don't know. You just have to like get to the point where you're like, okay, it's time. And there's ways to get like yourself ready for that, but I don't know. I'm also avoiding that work of like I know how to motivate myself. I know how to get myself out of this slump, but I'm like taking my damn time doing it because I'm so cozy. Ah. Anyway, there are a few things that I've already kind of touched on. I want this podcast to really take off. I need to put in more work um like job wise, like I want to be doing better. I want to climb up the ranks at my position. Um, and like I'm kind of just coasting right now. And that's okay. Like again, let me reiterate, it is okay to enjoy the life you've built, but like don't get complacent. I don't know which word. And like remember that there is more. Like I feel like the universe is always just like, come on, girl. And if you think there are coincidences in this world, there literally fucking aren't. There literally fucking aren't. For example, this is one of the reasons I know that the world is like, hey girl. So maybe like a month ago, I was talking to my boyfriend about like just like what my like goals are career wise, and I was talking about how I know somebody at Gartner. I'm in tech sales. Gartner's another tech sales. It's a big name if you don't know. Like it's like the Apple of like fucking tech shit. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, it's a big name. It would be a big deal to work there. I literally just mentioned it to him like offhand, like that name. I was like, yeah, like I know someone who works there, maybe when I'm ready, like I'll ask her to like blah 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 blah. And I'm not kidding you, the next day, someone from Gartner reached out to me, a recruiter. And I was like, no fucking way. And I was like, the universe, bitch, the universe. Turns out it was actually like a company that was bought by Gartner. It wasn't like it's Gartner, but it's not. And like the position at actual Gartner would have paid twice as much as what I'm making now. But like at this like branch it's like less than what I'm making now. So while it was like the like what, the universe was like, you better work, like I'm not just going to throw something into your lap, but this was your little nudge to be like, see, you want more, like you have that hunger, you're just comfy. And it was just it like, girl, come on, like we're in a fucking simulation. But like, what I mean. Okay, Al, first of all, Al, I hadn't looked up Gartner, no research on their website. This person just randomly reached out to me on LinkedIn. And that's just the universe being like, see, The universe is sitting there with a fucking cigarette, like, I fucking told you this. I told you you're gonna have to put in the work. I'm gonna keep nudging you, bitch. But for the love of Christ, would you get up and do something? And then she puts her cigarette down like this, like real aggressive, and she walks away. And that's my universe. Hey, girl. But what I'm saying is, like, with that story, is there is no coincidences. And I think, like, I feel like I get signs all the fucking time. Maybe I'm crazy cuckoo, but maybe I'm not, bitch, because every time I feel like I've listened or like followed the signs, I feel like I get rewarded. I really, 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 really do. Burps. I would suggest you maybe read into things a little more. Like, I don't think it's crazy to read into things. I think you should read into things, like not in the crazy bitch way, but in like, what did, what did that mean? Could this perhaps have some alternate meaning? Like, I think you should take things as signs and ask for signs. I ask for signs. And like that might like help you, like is what I'm saying. I don't really even know, like this is just a little bit all over the place, but I guess like I'm just like, how do you be brave? Being brave is like getting uncomfortable all the time and having like an insane amount of confidence in yourself and trust in your abilities. And like not giving a fuck also. Like bravery, you cannot give a fuck. Like you have to recognize that everything that happens is for a reason and there are no right or wrong. I really don't believe that there is like right and wrong answers or choices. I think they're just different choices and like just different outcomes. And I think like if you're someone like me who is just comfortable enough and like, you know, in your 20s and 30s and you don't have kids and you don't have like a ton of people depending on you and you don't have a lot of debt and like you really don't have anything to complain about except like maybe knowing inside just a little bit like, but what if there's more? Like, you know, you like your job, but like, you know, inside like, but there's gotta be more, right? Like find that bravery, find that like will within yourself. And it's hard to it's that's anything that anything that's worth having is hard to do, and like finding that will and that motivation and rather that discipline, because you're not always going to have motivation, is hard. But like, girl, anything worth having is going to be hard, or else it wouldn't be worth having. But yeah, be brave. Be like recklessly confident. I think that's something that I've learned to be, especially with like posting on fucking Instagram and TikTok. Like, I know these bitches from high school have seen me and I know they're like, look at this fucking weirdo. I fucking literally know it in my heart and my soul. But I don't give a fuck. Like, I literally don't care. I literally don't care. High school, like, who the fuck cares? If you give a single fuck, I talk about shitting, farting, burping, everything, abusive relationship. I literally don't give a fuck. And I'm getting passionate because I'm getting closer. But like, I don't know. I just think like be brave, be recklessly confident. Don't give a fuck what people think. Don't give a fuck if you lose your job. Like, obviously, if you like can't survive without it, that's one thing. But like, girl, if you got a little bit of savings, it's fine. And even if you lose your job, bitch, learn how to waitress, learn how to bartend. It's the easiest fucking thing in the world. And it's the best skill to have, honestly. Like, I'm never scared. My job is going through layoffs, and like, I'm not gonna get fired because I'm a hard worker and shit. But even if I did, and even if for some reason I was, I know I would make ends meet. Trust in yourself. Trust in the fucking the universe and God and whoever you believe in, or just a higher power or the world. Hey, girl, trust in yourself. Everything is going to work out, but you got to be brave to create some like bold, amazing life. And that is truly what successful people do. Like, successful people put themselves out on a limb. They work hard. They don't give a fuck. They literally just like keep trying. You can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to be seen trying. All of these people that are like influencers and like people think are the shit now were once little people like me with 100 fucking followers on Instagram who's mostly friends and family and like 3 likes on every post. That was everybody at one point. Apply that to whatever fucking dream that you have. You have to go out and get it, and you have to be okay with being seen trying and failing. And that's another one, and probably failing. And that's okay. And once you develop that fucking muscle, dude, you're unstoppable. You are unfucking stoppable if you can just not give a fuck. If you can face rejection over and over and over. And that's honestly why I love sales, especially when I did door-to-door sales. That shit built a muscle. Excuse me. Hairball. That shit built a muscle within me that is really hard to like, it's hard to train on your own. It's hard to like unless you are actively seeking rejection, which most people aren't. Most people are craving comfort and habit. You're not facing rejection all the time. In my last career as a door-to-door salesman, holy fuck, like the absolute worst of humanity. You saw the absolute best and the absolute worst of humanity. And still in the sales role I'm in now, it's just phone sales. It's like a fucking piece of cake because I literally had doors slammed in my face. And I tell that to everybody who, like the new people that join, I'm like, hey, like if you can stomach the rejection, if you can hear someone literally say fuck you and then hang up the phone on you and you can roll on to the next one, you will be fine. And that's how you need to face every single thing in life. That's like that helps with the bravery, is like building a suit of armor, like whatever that that coat that they put on the cars where the water just rolls off and like barely looks like it even touches it. That's what you need on your body for rejection and like giving a fuck. Because that is how you will find success. Me, a success coach. So really this episode is all over the place. Trying to tell you to be brave, create a life that you want to live. What if you were brave enough to create a life that you want to live? What if you wake up one day? What if you get to heaven or hell, wherever you deserve to go? Just kidding. What if you wake up or get to your creator and you find out that you had all the talent but none of the discipline? And that's another quote that I like think about when I'm being a fucking crumb. Is like, I know I have it within me, and how disappointing will it be when I'm 60 or 50 and 70 and whatever age that people turn when they start reflecting. And I'm like, oh, I just was lazy or like was living in the short-term comfortability and wasn't thinking long-term enough to build something for myself. How about them apples? And it doesn't have to be like me building this. It could be like something as simple as like building your spirituality muscle or building your self-awareness muscle. Like, how sad to not meet yourself so deeply in this life. I'm just saying. So go out there, be brave, get uncomfortable. Don't stay in a job just because it's comfortable. Like, always be pursuing that shit. It's worth it. It's hard because it's worth it. Don't stay in a relationship that's like, because it's comfortable. Go find yourself. And then go find someone amazing. And even if you don't find someone amazing, you have yourself. A quote that me and my sister share deeply between us, and we have tattoos about it, is stop chasing butterflies and build yourself a garden, because gardens attract butterflies. And even if no butterflies come, you still have a garden. And that's something that I've done this last year, is like really try to like water my own seeds and take care of myself and I'm so okay alone. Like, I love my house. I love being alone. I love waking up and not taking care of someone's fucking son. I love like my house being clean because that's how I left it. I love that shit. And I'm so content alone. And now that I've found this contentness alone, it's made me so much more secure in my relationship, because I'm not like, I need him. Like, I depend on him for this. Like, he's a nice to have. And that makes me like honestly love him even more, because it's not out of a need. It's just like, I get to choose you as someone who I want to be with. It's not like I need someone to like make me feel full or like whole, rather. So whatever this applies to, whatever aspect of your life, be a little brave, get a little uncomfortable. That's it. Chase your dreams. And if you just went through some shit, remember to enjoy it. And you definitely deserve to enjoy that shit too. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, bitch. God knows you deserve it. And then after a little while, get back on the horse. It's time to rap. All right, y'all. I'm going to sign off because I've really just talked about shit and like getting weird. How about that? Love y'all. Bye.